Today, my mother didn't recognize me. This is a sentence no one ever wants to say out loud. Because when this happens, the daughter's heart breaks. The son cries inside, and the family fears, for the first time maybe, that something irreversible has happened in the disease. If your own mother looks at you and sees a stranger, or her neighbor, or her own mother, that is really deeply hurtful. But here is what I want to tell you. If you understand even just a little of what's actually happening, the biology behind this, that pain becomes slightly lighter. And by the end of this video, I can promise you, you will understand this strange phenomenon completely, and maybe, just maybe, you will find it easier to bear. If you're new here, I'm Zita, dementia educator, author, and 13 years in the trenches. I know the world of dementia from the inside, and I'm here to help. So let's get into it. Recognizing faces is absolutely fundamental. It's the foundation of every human relationship. It's like breathing. We never think about it until something goes wrong with it. So how does face recognition happen? It's a 3-step process. First, we see something. That visual information travels to the back of the brain, the occipital lobe, where it gets processed. Then, it jumps forward to a brain area with one starring role, recognizing faces. This is so important that Mother Nature has designated a region in the brain just for this job, and neuroscientists call it the fusiform face area. So at that point, I've seen it, and I know it's a face. But one thing I still don't know, that it's my daughter's face. To make that match, the signal has to travel deeper into the same region in the brain where the memory lives that this face belongs to my daughter. In a healthy brain, this process is fast as lightning and accurate. We don't make a mistake there. We recognize the familiar faces in a fraction of a second. That's because the neurons are healthy and the pathways between them are clear, so the signal gets through beautifully, like a shiny new car on a freshly paved motorway. No traffic, no potholes, just whoosh. Signal sent, signal received, face recognition done. But in dementia, this 3-part system breaks down. The person still sees a face. They still know it's a face. But as the disease progresses, the connection, this face equals my daughter's face, is gone. First, it slows down, then somewhere in late middle stage, it's gone. Because dementia damaged the neurons, and built sticky stuff between them. So we are left with a battered old banger on a dirt road full of potholes. It sputters, it stalls. It might get there eventually, or it might just give up halfway and sit there with the bonnet up. This is pure biology. The brain areas are damaged. The communication between them is broken. Face recognition gets hard and inaccurate. That's dementia. But here is something most people don't know. This process doesn't happen overnight. It happens in stages. Before your mom stopped recognizing you completely, there was a phase you didn't even name at the time. She just needed more time to understand it was you. Then something happened. She recognized you at home, but not outside the home. You took her to the hospital, for example, and suddenly you became a stranger. Not because her illness had dramatically worsened overnight, because you were, to her declining brain, an element of the home environment. Removed from that context, she couldn't place you. How strange. And then there was a third stage. She thought you were someone else, her mother, perhaps. Her brain went back to those very early emotional memories because those are what it could still access. You were so caring, so present, that the deepest layers of her memory identified you as someone safe. And safe to her brain means mother. But to you, it meant my mother doesn't recognize me, and that was painful. In dementia, there is something I call the recency rule. The most recent memories fade first. In this case, your 50-year-old face. The oldest ones stay longest. Your 5-year-old face is still there. Yes, your mother still has your childhood face stored somewhere deep. A little girl with chubby cheeks and blonde hair. But now you aren't that girl. You are a middle-aged woman with red hair. Or you are a man with beard that doesn't resemble the little boy's sweet face your mother still remembers. But her declining brain can't match the middle-aged face to the kid's face. That's what the illness does. Nasty as hell. You might be thinking, okay, Zita, I understand now, but what do I do about it? Well, this is a very valid question, and this is where it gets practical. First, stop correcting her. Don't say, I'm your daughter, Mom. How can you not recognize me? Believe me, if she could answer that question, you wouldn't have the problem in the first place. Correcting her doesn't change the old banger on a dirt road to a shiny new Ferrari on a brand new motorway. It just adds distress to the confusion. Second, transfer the relationship inside you with your mother to a new level. So her brain may no longer be able to recall that you are her daughter or recognize you as your daughter, but she still has those very important emotional memories. Feelings that say, this person is safe, I like her presence. Her brain can't put it into words, but those neurological imprints, the feelings that still linger, they can still speak to her. So approach her calmly, saying, Mom, it's me, Susie, your daughter. And then give the information time to land. Maybe she will find her way to you. Maybe this time she won't. But don't push. Just be with her where she is. And that's enough. The connection is still there. It's just on a different level now. So let's see the most important points. Face recognition breaks down because dementia damages the exact brain areas responsible for connecting a face to a memory. Your mother has not forgotten you. She just lost the mechanism that connects your present face to your earlier face. This forgetting happens in stages, and the most recent version of your face fades first, the one you have. And the most powerful thing you can do is stop correcting her, stay calm, and meet her where she actually is. And for yourself, maybe find a shoulder to cry on. Dementia is the hardest disease imaginable. It's a progressive disease, and at this point, there's no cure. The only tool is understanding the beast. That's why I wrote the Dementia Care Survivor Bundle, with all the knowledge you may need as a family member. Link is below. If you find this video useful, don't forget to subscribe. There's a lot of life-saving information on the way. Bye for now.